Today we look forward to the future, and that future is the Linux Toolbox. If more people trying Linux and failing, let's be honest, a lot of people that try Linux, they just fail miserably because something happens. I got to thinking, we can do some really slick stuff with bash scripting, like ridiculously good stuff that doesn't really even use the terminal. Little bit, but not much. And it got me thinking, we could really take like what we did with the Windows Toolbox and Windows and making Windows a pretty good experience. We could do the same thing in Linux. And we're going to be interacting with chat, asking chat, hey, what problems do you have in Linux? And then we're going to take those problems and we're going to solve them with bash scripting, because bash scripting can solve all problems on Linux. There's nothing you can't do in bash, and that's the beauty of it. And if we can't do it that way, we'll just do it in like, I don't know, we'll just pick some Linuxy type programming language like Rust, and we'll just learn that and do it in that. I don't think it's going to come to that. I think we can accomplish everything we need to in bash. But if not, you know, we'll see where this takes us, because I think we could do some pretty amazing things. Hey, Odor, how you doing? Emo giraffe. Oh boy, time to with some irrelevant questions. Yeah, probably. Welcome to Tuesday. Tuesday. But this is the start of a new project. An amazing project. A project that's gonna change the world. Or fail miserably. Yeah, you know, I'm like at a 5-10% success rate here, but you miss every shot you don't take. I think I saw that on like a movie or something. So let's get into it. LinUtility. I think we just call it Linux util, right? I think that's probably the Linux Toolbox. I don't want it to be very long because I'm going to be typing this thing in a bunch. So the whole point of WinUtil was, well, it's just very short in the characters. So it's more of that. Yeah, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Yeah, so we're going to take the shot of all shots today. We're going to fix Linux for everyone. What problems do you guys have in Linux on a fresh install? And you're going, man, Windows just does it better. What is that? What do you have a problem with on Windows? And of course, someone's going to respond like, well, I can't play Battlefield or some crap. I can't use Microsoft Office. I can't use my Adobe suite. Nothing I can do about that. But for most things, though, that we have problems with, I think we can do pretty good. Make a good grub theme manager. Yeah, that would be good. We could definitely do that. And the last time we had a grub theme manager type thing would have been like grub customizer. But I think that's been depreciated for quite some time. Or deprecated. Appreciated, deprecated. I always mix the two up. I failed English. All right. Oh, it's gonna be fun. Oh, and also, I think I finally fixed YouTube notifications. Kind of. It at least should show some of the stream stuff. I know nobody really cares, but trust me, trying to work with YouTube stuff was very, very interesting. So I was working on that as well. so for those YouTube folks, I'm working on it. It's a slow process. Over here on Twitch, we're still, we're about 3-4 years in, and we just got alerts not too long ago. The alerts finally don't suck over here on Twitch. So YouTube, you just give it a couple years. We'll get there. OpenRaiser, yeah, that's interesting. I think the first thing is my bash. We talked about the bash a while back, and I just did a commit today to fix a lot of the bash issues. We could show some of those functions and aliases and tie those in. Maybe I think the first thing I do with the toolbox is utilize existing stuff that I've already made for Linux and that works, such as bash. Before I broke it, but I fixed it after I broke it, so it works again. So maybe my bash My NeoVim kind of sucks. I don't even want to put that on an installer. I think maybe like a InVim Kickstart. But honestly, if you're going to go do that, you're going to customize it. And I don't know. Yeah. So the first part of this toolbox is GUI, the graphic user interface. How do we want users to navigate it? And I thought hard on this. There's a couple different ways, and we've done some GUIs in terminal, which if you ever messed around with Arch Titus a little bit, that was like the first iteration using like it was a, I want to say Whiplash, but I think it's Whiptail actually. Whiptail menus are really prominent in Raspberry Pi. So if you ever used like Pi configuration and those types of things, all that's done using Whiptail. It's kind of ugly, gray on red, and the selection menus are functional, and it does a pretty good job. And for a bash menu, it's not terrible. But I kind of want to go a little fancier. When you take your shot, you might as well just shoot for the moon. And I think we're going to use Zenity. That's going to add a level of complexity that's beyond my skill set, but we're going to learn some stuff. And I think Zenity can do some amazing things in the GUI realm. And if you're not familiar with Zenity, it is kind of crazy. It's basically, you can use a script to make an entire GUI interface, and it's pretty nice. So that's kind of cool. Something like boba tea. Well, I like some boba tea. That's nice. Both figuratively and literally. All right, nice TUI is cool, but you have to learn Go. Yeah, I kind of want to stay away from the compiles. I still love the idea of scripting, and honestly, that kind of plays to my strengths too. As I always say, I'm not much of a programmer, but these days, I guess I'm turning into one. You know. Thanks so much for the follows too, guys. So great. All right, let's try it. Let's start this guy out. We're gonna start with some ChatGPT. Let's get it. Let's see what ChatGPT gives us. I'm gonna start calling it ChatGPT. I stole that from I think Theo is what it calls it. I laughed my butt off when I heard it. I'm like, I like it. I like that better than ChatGPT. It's more descriptive of what ChatGPT is all about. All right, let's just launch into it and see what we get. Yes, I'm the AI that's gonna take over people's jobs. Me and my basic knowledge. Oh, also DWM's coming along as well. I think we might tie in DWM into this toolbox eventually. But gosh, I'm gonna show this commit real fast before we get in full swing, just because this was another cool commit. There's one guy that's basically developing DWM Titus. It's not me. Spoiler. Let's go to the last commits. I think pretty much all the last commits has been him. I've made slight modifications, and I've been working with like SL status and other things on my laptop because I don't really care about my status bar up here or having time because it's my desktop computer. What do you need that for? It's just bloat. You know, true Linux people. So that's what we say. But this Fez Wow Echo, I should be fired from ever reading names. I'm sorry. But he is amazing. Like, I merged his, and this is like his 5th or 6th pull request, but he added vacant tags and all kinds of stuff to DWM, which makes it really good. So if you want to see, here, we'll just show it real fast. I haven't even merged it yet. 1 second, let's come back here and let's merge this. We're gonna go DWM, get pull. Oh, I don't even remember what I did here. Whatever. We'll just get stash, get pull, get stash drop, sudo. I'm trusting this guy. I'm telling you this, but he's a good programmer. Like, anytime I see code, I may not be much of a programmer myself, but I can see when someone knows what they're doing. I may not know what I'm doing, but I can usually tell when someone else knows what they're doing. And that's a skill. It's a skill, believe it or not. And when it comes to GitHub, it is a hell of a skill. So anyways, we're just going to take all his code. We're going to do a made clean, wipe out everything I've done. We're going to take his stuff. We're going to kill it. And then we're going to launch right back in. So There we go. Oh God, we don't want Typerland. Let's go DWM. Yeah, there we go. So anyways, this is the new one. I did have SL status installed on here. One time. Oh well, I'll leave it up there for now. Anywho, this is the vacant tags. A little bit cleaner. I still got to mess with my status bar. We're just going to leave it for today. I don't feel like messing with DWM. I just wanted to show that. And then we got our vacant tags now. And let's go cursor. Oh, this is going to be great. Don't get geotanned, Chris. It's a valid point. It's probably going to happen eventually. Yes. DWM's so beautiful. The simplicity is what I love. I know. Old man Titus, you can just call me. Me and my Xorg non-riced Linux install. But it works, and it's pretty nice. No, I haven't. I'll look at DWL eventually. But not today. All right. The big thing here is we're going to start in on a project. Let's create a whole new project for today. Let's go over into GitHub. And from GitHub, we're going to go repo, create, what do we call this? LinUtil? LinUtil? I don't know. What do we call it? Linux Toolbox. I don't know. That's a lot of words to be typing. Nix util. Get out, you Nix lovers. Oh, yeah, I'll take a look. Not today, though. Not today, Phoenix. We're staying on Linux Toolbox. We actually got to get stuff done. So don't you even try and deviate me off course here. We're doing our own thing. LinUtil. LinUtil it is. Chat has decided I like it. So we're going to create that. We're going to go public with it, right? Y'all need to see this. So then we're going to go gh repo clone LinUtil. All right, we have cloned an empty repository. And so it begins. The Linux utility is born. You've witnessed it right here today. History in the making. A whole new utility. Glorious. Let's create a new file called readme. All right, there's a readme. Linux Toolbox. We'll start with my bash. All right, cool. Next, let's see. Create a bash script that clones GitHub's Chris Titus Tech my bash repo and makes a Zenity GUI using the bash script. All right, write it for me, Jippity. Jippity is in progress. Here we go. Let's make it happen. Alrighty. Not a bad starting point. Okay. It's kind of awful, but that's okay. We'll start it off. We're gonna go with LinUtil. We're not even gonna do like an SH or anything, so. All right. The first starting point. And now we start hacking away like Frankenstein. Here we go. First order of business. This is wrong. Fix this to detect the distribution and use the correct package manager.
Shenanigans.
Lewis Network, thanks for the membership, man. Oh, look at that. I got alerts. I got alerts on YouTube. Ha, it worked. Might be the only thing that works today. All right, we got that. We got Arch release. That actually is wrong. I hate to say it, but that is wrong, Jippity. All right, Jippity, this is wrong. You need to use etc OS release. This ain't 2014, bro. Much better. And we switched to a use switch case. A little bit better. There we go. We got Devity, Ubuntu, CentOS, Fedora, Arch, Manjaro. Oh, I feel like we're losing. I guess we could. What about those SUSE people? Should we add SUSE in? All right, SUSE and Nix. Here we go. I love you guys too much. We'll add them in. Add open SUSE and NixOS, please. Well, how NixOS? You can't really do Nix. because if it's Nix, you're going to have to use, and geez, Nix is its own thing. It really is, because everything's configured with a config file. Let's just add this OpenSUSE. Yeah, Nix is always like its own deal, and it's not like I'm going to sit there and modify. Like, it would need to be its own toolbox, really. All right, that looks good. All right, now we have this. And right now, it's just grabbing the repo. It's cloning the repo. This should be actually defined in its own directory. So it actually, we're not going to jippity this. Define toolbox run build directory. All right, we're going to go make directory. Oh, you know what? We can use jippity again. Here we go. Let's go make directory. Probably like home build LinUtil as the home directory for any repos cloned, and assign a variable and change to that directory. Oh, what about mutable silverbeard? Hey, mutable's always different. It's always a little bit different for sure. So, you know. All right, we got that. That's okay. It could be better. Let's just do a check if directory exists before running this. So this should just add the bash if directory make directory. So it's not going to try and make something that already exists. Otherwise, you're just going to get errors everywhere. All right, nice. So we defined a build directory. We've done that. We've changed into the build directory with CD. Now we define the repo. We clone the repo URL if it's not already cloned. Only clone if the repo directory doesn't exist. Same thing. Perfect. So we got our repo directory, my bash, and then we clone it into the repo directory. I'm liking it so far. And then we have our Zenity command, Zenity not found, bam. So then we take care of our install of what's going to create our GUI. So we kind of have a little basic thing here. Looking pretty good so far. The toolbox should set up and configure backups. Agree, bud. I think that's a brilliant idea because there's so many mistakes that could happen there. So lots of checks that could happen. So now we've done that. This right here is actually gonna be right here. All right, so then it clones and makes the first of many dialogues. Very simple. Let's take this guy. We've got an order of operations error here. All right, now that's looking better. Kind of want to keep the variables up top. Let's go bash repo and bash repo. Be a little more descriptive because this is gonna end up being a big, just a big honking thing. So we got our bash repo URL. Let's just make all this bash repo bash build, but bash repo directory. I kind of want to keep these separated out. So we got the bash repo, bash build directory. I'm fine with that. So I want to keep our variables kind of up here, and then we create all the logic below. Hopefully I don't screw this up too bad. Get pull if exists to update. Yeah. As far as updates go on this, we might approach that here in a bit. So far, I'm kind of like, it's all right. That's all right. Yeah, we can't use Zenity before it's installed. That's never a good idea. All right. So we make and then change in the here's the logic. We check to see if the build directory exists. It makes it if it doesn't, and then it changes the directory to the build directory. This build directory is kind of where most of this will be happening with LinUtil. And then we launch and make sure Zenity, which is going to be the base of the foundation for the GUI of the toolbox. The idea is you can just type in one command. Again, I'm not original here. I'm just going to make it a one command. It launches, pulls the script from the interwebs, and then launches it. So this is kind of the thought process here. All right, we've cloned our directory. Let's see. Oh, I guess I should put notes up here just so you guys know what's up. Anybody? Linux Toolbox. All right, bam. Also put build before bash. Oh yeah, that's true. Good point. Well, no, the build is. We're just defining variables here. Oh, well, it's not gonna. I see what you're saying. Yes, that's totally true. All right. So this is kind of the start of Jippity. We've got them. All right. We are ready. So now we've done this. So the first thing, we just had like a box. I want this to be like a cool menu though. I want this to be a cool menu and use a PNG using Zenity. And then I'm probably going to need to give it a little more instructions. Okay, icon. Yep. Oh, use the old version. I got you, Nick. All right, here we go. So this is the menu. Let's create a menu just to show everybody the basic idea and premise. Very simple. Zenity. The install Zenity. This is not really valid. Again, we're already doing it right here without a check, because how are you going to launch Zenity? It's kind of funny. Install Zenity with Zenity. You know, Jippity's not the best sometimes. I love it. Yeah, this is hopefully to be completely distro agnostic. There's a couple gotchas with some Linux distros. Immutable distros and like NixOS, that requires a little bit more of finagling to work. So those will be left out for now. But really, we're going to be focusing on the two big dogs, Arch, Debian. We'll probably add some like Rail-based support and OpenSUSE, but those will be afterthoughts. Really, the two big ones I will do all the testing on is going to be Debian and Arch, and then we go from there. So this, we're going to be doing my bash. I don't think we do the clone. Right here, we're already doing the clone, which I don't like. Let's do this. And what I want is that, but also I think what we'll do is obviously some error checking. Yeah, well, I mean, app image, Flatpak, all the thing is, again, I'm going to take a unique approach to this AAH. Now, we could do like a binary and just be like, here, go download my program. But hear me out. What if we do the same approach we did with Windows Utility and it's just a bash script? That's the idea behind here. Again, think of it. I love the idea of having it as a script and not a program. That would make it very powerful, very versatile. You don't have to go out and download anything or try anything. You can just do it on a fresh install and then just go. And that's what I want. I want it to be like, hey, grab all the dependencies, do this, and then go on your way. And that's kind of my thought process here. Yeah. All right. This is enough. The logic here is actually not very great. We're going to massage this a little more, but it's a starting spot. So we're going to save this, and let's take a look here. We're going to go LinUtil. So we have our LinUtil here. And we're going to go chmod. We're going to make that executable. All right. LinUtil. All right. Look at this. We successfully cloned my bash repo. Look at that beautiful screen. All right. Now we have our first order of business. We got the clone. We got the install. We got the exit. And then it exits. So that's that. Now that I'm looking at it, can we do some scaling? Let's try and fix some scaling, because I do want like a full screen option for window managers, and I want it to be window manager friendly as well. But obviously scale too for like people using it on like a netbook. I think that'd be neat. Yeah. Install Zenity option in Zenity. Actually, all the install happens before this. Let's remove this. Otherwise, new people coming in a chat and be like, that Titus fella. What an idiot. Yeah. We should just be like, we're just gonna put test. And we're just gonna go test here. Yeah. So the next thing is, can Zenity do any scaling if the app launches in full screen? How are we going to do scaling? That's another thing. Scaling can be a little bit of a problem. Zenity itself doesn't provide built-in support for scaling its dialogues when the app launches in full screen. Okay, if you need to scale the Zenity dialogues to match the full screen application, you would need to manually adjust the settings of your desktop environment or window manager. Scale or resize windows. Alternatively, you can modify the Zenity command. You'd specify a specific size of the Zenity window, which is never a good idea. Using absolute values is just recipe for disaster. We don't want to do that. Or just use TUI. All right, let's look at TUI. We're not very far. What's TUI? TUI go. All right, let's look at this. Oh, it's archived. What happened here? Oh, that's nice. Did TUI stop going? Yeah. For everything. Yeah, the toolbox for basically taking existing applications and repos I've created for Linux and then easily integrating that. So let's say you want to install my DWM or change that. You could just click a button and then it would just do everything. It'd grab all your dependencies, it would change all the stuff for you, and then off you go. So that's the idea behind the toolbox, is really just take existing stuff that does work and then just make it easier for newer folks. That's the gist of this. And anything else y'all can think of. We're going to think of stuff along the way. Bash TUI toolbox. Ooh, that's interesting, Rux. What's that look like? Bash TUI toolbox. Or toolkit. Ooh, that looks interesting. Okay. Clean and standardize API. Bash 3, which... what version is Bash running nowadays? Yeah, Bash 5. Okay, yeah, we're good. So download and bundle an entire library in a single component from releases. Source the bundle in your script or embed. Let's see how big it is. So right now, oh, it's just absolutely too large. It's 11 kilobytes. I don't know, guys. That's pretty heavy. Interesting. Okay. I like it. All right. Available document. Check out the demo test. Let's mess around with this a little bit. Make build, generate documents, bash logo, PNG egg, toolbox logo, iconexperience.com. Interesting. Only 24 stars here, huh? I think let's download the test, right? The demo test. Let's take a look at the test. You're using this, log, validate. All right, checkbox, options, print results. Okay, just looking over their basic test application, installation. So let's grab from the release. Let's just grab the whole bundle, all 11 gigs or 11 gigs. It's not even 11 megabytes. It's 11 kilobytes of that. And then we'll just do the test file here. Where's it sourcing the library to use that? That's the thing. I'm like, source main.sh. Okay, let's go back here. What's main.sh? Hey, don't tip me. I could make an 11 gig bash script. I wouldn't put it past me. I'm crazy. I'm crazy like that. You could write it in C so you don't have to rewrite it later. Where's the fun in that, though? If anybody knows me, you know I just love tearing things apart and rebuilding. It's like my thing. Oh, that's true. NeoFetch. What's FastFetch built in? I think FastFetch is C, is it not? because fast fetch is amazing. I love that from last stream. Fast fetch. Oh, I just like typing it in. Honestly, I should just launch. Oh, we got to change bash real fast. Oh, yeah. All right, 1 second. 1 second here. We have to start this off. And, ooh, let's go fast fetch. We need to make sure this command exists first, though. Let's go. Fast fetch. Where are you at? Fast fetch. Fast fetch would probably be in USR bin. Okay. So let's go. If command forward slash USR bin fast fetch. Bloop, 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 bloop. Bin fast fetch. Look at me actually writing code. Jippity didn't help on this one. Let's see if it actually works. Oh, yes. Oh, love it. See? Close it out. Reopen. Reopen. More. Perfect. All right. It's exactly what I wanted. Sorry, that's just... I just want to do this every time. This stream's already a massive success. All right, there we go. Oh, ZI to control F. Yes, we need that too. Let's just open up Jippity. Let's go. Where are you at, my bash? Ooh, setup. But I need bash RC. Yeah, all right. Let's go into... Where's my hotkeys for this guy? Did I make a hotkey? I didn't. Huh. All right. Make control plus F. Use the ZI command. Well, yeah. Sound good? I like it. So then we go control out. But it doesn't really... see. We needed a carriage return. You forgot the carriage return. I spelled carriage wrong. Don't judge me. You forgot the carriage return. Yes. All right. There we go. Perfect. I know I could have just hit \n. I just I don't know. I'm becoming completely worthless. Oh, good night. That is nice. That was a good one, Phoenix. Oh, control F. Oh, that feels good. That feels mighty nice. Control F. All right. Yes. Let's see how long I can actually do that. Oh, okay. Carriage return is actually \R. New line is \n. So technically, carriage return, I think, would be -R. Would be the correct way. So Jippity, not the best, even though both are technically correct in this instance, because when you go to a new line in bash, it's going to enter the command in. So I think it's either way. Man. Yeah, it happens every once in a while. I fail smart. And then usually I eat a giant humble pie within a couple minutes after I blow something up. It doesn't last long when it happens. All right. I love it. Let's go to my bash. Lazy G, fast fetch on launch and control F ZI. All right, we're just updating that my bash. Perfect. So the problem I see here is I don't necessarily love the layout. I think we can fill out the screen, but if we look at the util, it just, I don't know, it's fine. Like, you got the mouse, you got your basic movement vicinity, but the scaling, yeah, the scaling is not what I like. Because just imagine that you're not on a 1080p screen like me, and you're on a 1440 screen, or you're just like one of those sad sacks with a 4K screen. This would be, you'd need a magnifying glass to read the text. And that's just not a great user experience, is it? So let's take a look at this bash TUI. I think that would be interesting. This right here, the Bash TUI toolkit. The problem with Bash, I'm starting to doubt myself here. Everyone's screaming at me to use their language of choice. The problem with Bash is, here is Bash, NeoFetch. You see that? Pretty slow. Then when you use fast fetch, same thing, much faster. Why is that? Fast fetch is C, NeoFetch is Bash. So as this project grows, Bash will just get slower and slower and it'll just churn. But I love Bash for the accessibility. Man, this is me. You know, I'm a fence rider. I waffle back and forth. I'm just right in the middle of things and I'm always like, a little bit there, a little bit over here. And it's hard for me to decide. And this is such a pivotal thing to get right in the beginning. Ah, man. Do I know that? Let's see. Yes, I totally knew that, Phoenix. I just didn't want to do it on stream because I'm super smart. True story. That's actually a pretty good one. I'm going to have to remember that. All right, man. Thanks for pointing that out. That's the best part of ZI. Yeah, that's a lot it's a hell of a lot easier. Okay, yeah. Mental note taken. All right. I love it. Make a poll to choose the language. I think that's what we do. But I'm always skeptical. You guys sometimes might troll me. I feel like everyone will just pick C just to see me suffer. But at the same time, I value your guys' opinions. You guys sometimes have some good ones. Sometimes not. Oh, Lord, here it goes. Already people are like, C. Yes, C. All right, straw poll. Let's do this thing. Let's create a poll. See, before we start though, we did this one like a couple weeks back. Y'all are a bunch of trolls. You get like 50 me on this one. Anyways, sorry. I did not mean to insult you. No. All right. Here we go. What program? Oh, Lordy. What language? Is Bash even a language? I don't know. What language should we use for Linux Toolbox? First language, C. Second language, Bash. Third language, Rust. Fourth language, get out, you JavaScript. I'm not doing JavaScript. You JavaScript TypeScript and soy latte drinking. No. And no Python either. We're not doing Python. Go is sufficient. No Python. No Python, no JavaScript. No. Serious languages only, okay? We want this to actually be efficient, guys. You know, we're going to be using assembly. Oh, God. You know, assembly code. That'd be hilarious. Haskell. Okay. We all know I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. Not the brightest crayon in the box. You think I can do assembly or Pascal? Come on. Oh, you know, actually, I got my start. The first language I ever did was QBasic. Kind of similar to COBOL. Very, very reminiscent. There's a couple little gotchas there. So, I mean, COBOL is actually, you joke, but wouldn't be the worst. I think I could pick it up pretty good. Zig. Okay, you're going to laugh at me, guys, that I have a serious question to ask. Those serious programmers out there, what's Zig? I'm having an old man moment. Is this something new? I mean, basic, QBasic, I actually know some basic. Zig is the cool kids' new C. Zig is a programming language which is like C, very fast. Okay. You guys aren't trolling me again, are you? Zig language. Language? Home Ziglang. What's it look like? Well, that didn't look bad. Kind of like the syntax. A simple language. Focus on debugging your application rather than debugging your programming language knowledge. No hidden control flow. No hidden memory allocation. Oh, no pointers. Thank God. No preprocessor. No macros. Call any function at compile time. Manipulate type of value. Oh, that's cool. Maintain it with Zig. Incrementally improve your C, C++, Zig code base. It's a zero dependency drop-in C, C++ compiler that supports cross-compile. Wow, that looks cool. Okay. Zig by example slices. How do I not know this? Is this new? When was this created? I do live under a rock, so... Oh, sorry. I already hear the complaints in chat. Light mode. It's new. How new is... When was... Okay. Hey. When was Zig Lang created? 2015 by Andrew Kelly. Okay. Thanks, Jippity. Okay. Well, there we go. Zig by example slices. Man, I like that. All right, well let's add Zig. I didn't even think that was a choice. That sounds cool though. All right, let's create the poll, and I'm gonna put it in chat for you guys. Let's share, copy, and send it out to YouTube and Twitch and any mobile user. You can just straw pull it. I'm gonna vote Zig because I don't even know what that is, and it sounds cool. It sounds like it's fast. Oh, wow. I didn't think Rust would get so many votes. Low-level Lang, too hard to go with Go. Okay. Serious answer? I mean, whatever you're feeling. It's all in good fun here. Look at that. All right. Let it go for a couple minutes here. The Primogen bot Zig to trend to be real. The Rust fans activated. Rust is up there. You know, Rust is pretty simple though. Although when I was building Rust, I made like a simple application. It seemed a little bloated. I don't know if that was just how I was doing it, but it seemed like Cargo was just grabbing a crap ton of packages. So it was probably just my noob self just hacking away at stuff like I have a tendency to do. But it did seem not the most efficient thing. But I don't know. Again, I'm a complete noob. It's just my knee-jerk reaction of not knowing anything. All right, well, I think most of all chat's in. Zig. Let's download and install it, right? Zig. Is it just like Zig Lang? What's the package here? Oh, does it use Cargo? Okay. Compile Cargo projects with Zig as linker. Just Zig. General purpose programming language. Okay. Okay. That's a language server, ZLS. Okay. Let's try it out. Let's go Paro S Zig. I feel like y'all are kind of trolling me because I have never even heard of this thing. So, all right, let's refactor. Change this entire bash script to Ziglang. Yes, go my jippity. Converting this to Zig involves rewriting the language. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna import std, standard build OS. Okay, we got our constants. Sure, build directory exists. Yeah. All right. Check if Zenity is installed. This is where we're gonna start making some changes. I can already kind of got some ideas. I find it's funny. It's rewriting it all with Zenity. Yeah. I think this is great. Jippity's not going to steer us wrong, right? All right. Let's just, yeah, just rewrite the whole thing for me. Programmers, watch out. Jippity's coming for you. All right. Next up, we're just going to go, let's just highlight all that. You know, Zenity isn't a good way to display this in a GUI. Get a cool looking library for Zig. I want to be like one of those Mac users drinking a soy latte and super popular where everyone loves me. All right, perfect. You got to be very specific. I think Jippity's going to get it this time. Oh, come on. Here we go. Here we go. Come on. Let's see. What are we changing to? Come on. Just give me a new library. Oh, wait. No, it's going to ZGT menu. All right. I like it. Perfect. All right. Cool. So now we got a basic thing. Let's just go. Ooh, here we go. I got an idea. Does this even compile? Oh, wait. I don't even know. Let's ask. Let's go. How the hell do I compile this? Do we just do a make? All right, we install Zig. Done. I got that point. I got that all by myself. And then, if you haven't already installed it, you can, whatever, save your code. Ensure the Zig code is saved in a file with a Zig extension. For example, linutil.zig, and then compile it. Okay. Why is it build-exe? Well, that is odd. Why is this build.exe in Zig? I'm in Linux. Why? This feels wrong. Please explain. You call this programming? I wanted to learn coding, and now all hope is lost. I am not a programmer. I fooled everyone. In Zig, the zig build-exe command is used universally across all platforms, including Linux, to compile source code into executable programs. This command is not specific to any operating system. It's just part of the Zig's toolchain. Okay. I mean, personally, I think it should be zig build. Build-exe is kind of redundant, but okay. Yeah, just had a problem with that. Anyways, let's fix this up. Let's rename. And we're going to just go over here at Zig. All right, so now we got our Zig file, and we're ready to build this. We're just going to go Zig, build.exe, and then Linux Zig, and away we go. Here we go. What are the chances of this actually working? All right, Zig, build-exe, and then it's going to be Linux utility Zig. All right, we got the LLVM emit object. Oh, cannot switch on strings. Error. What's up with that? Jippity put us the wrong way, guys. Who could have ever called this? What happened? It steered us the wrong way. That's okay. Jippity to the rescue. Just got to give it a couple bits. He's next level script kitty. Before this is over, guys, I will become king of the script kitties. I will be the purveyor of all that is chat jippity, programmers. The future is now. All right, what do we got? I think we had some invalid syntax when we were doing the switch. Let's try to make some sense of this code because I don't really understand. Like this, right here. Is this how you comment in Zig? Doesn't seem right. Okay, yeah, I guess so. All right. Document this entire thing because I have no idea what it is doing. All right, we got the entry point for the thing. Get the default page allocator for memory management. Define the directory where the build will take place. URL, yeah. Ensure the build directory exists. That's the standard library it's calling. Check if Zenity is installed in the system. Then we have our basic switch commands. Switch commands are look a little weird with the equal greater than sign. That's kind of cool though. It's pretty succinct though. It's not like a ton of bloat there. Clone the repo if it doesn't exist locally. Create a menu using ZGT library for user interaction. Handle user's choice from the menu. So this is this parse. We're catching unreadable. Clone the repo if not already done. All right. Just checking standard file system exists. Placeholder for future test and all. Exit the program is just a return. Handle invalid option selection with invalid option selected. Okay. Next up, it does look like, let's try and grab like a Zig language server, because I think it's not detecting the correct language. So Zig language, dude, this is not a very popular language. So wait, should have been this one. I feel like we should have probably done the other one, huh? A couple language servers. All right. Yeah, we did the wrong one. Should be from Ziglang. That sounds more official. All right. All right. It does look like we have some errors here too. Yeah. Let's go problems. Why is this color coded incorrectly? Huh. There's something amiss here. Bottom right for syntax. Yeah. Let's just close and reopen. It feels, yeah, see, it's not detecting what we need. Oh, cursor's being dumb. Shell script. Oh, that's what it's doing. Sorry. Yeah, use Zig and path. Okay, install it. There we go. So now it's Zig. We had to install ZLS to get it going. So it was actually detecting as shell script. That's why it looked funky. I was like, no, that's wrong. Okay, so now we have it going properly. We have a proper documentation. We understand kind of what's going on. Does it compile? Still have that. Now we have root structure fs no member make directory all. Ooh, you know what? So what is it gonna change? What's wrong with the code? Right there, the standard library it was calling needed that make directory call command. It hallucinated, of course. That actual command should be returns a handle in current working directory if it is not opened with iteration capability. Closes the return directory is checked illegal behavior. Iterating over the result is illegal behavior. On POSIX targets, this function is comp time callable. Okay, should be good. Accept. Let's try that. Now you got that. So instead of just pounding away at this, let's actually just look it up. Probably the best way to look it up, how I would prefer, instead of actually referencing the code, because this right here is the code that's the offender. Create a directory in Zig using Zig, and where's our variable? Build record var. Stack Overflow. Did you see that Stack Overflow got bought out by Jippity? Oh man. All right. Well, that's wrong. I think we've established that's wrong. Yeah, that is wrong. Yeah, there's no field remember function called create directory. Why is it trying to give me the wrong one? I wonder. Oh, it's make directory is what it is. Seems to be make. See, this is where Twitch chat is so superior to Jippity, because you guys had the solution probably what, 2 minutes ago, and if someone actually programmed in Zig, it would have been even sooner than that. So anyways, that's cool. All right, let's see if it makes now we're using make directory. It's actually a good function. Let's go through here too and just take a peek and make sure that we have references. And it's actually, so we have a join, natively combines a series of paths with the native path separator, allocates memory for the result, which must be freed by the caller. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'm just looking to see if there's anything else in here. OS execute. Is that a command? I don't think that's a... Yeah, is the LSP really that bad? I don't think, like, that's fine, but, and this is fine right here, I believe. No, exist doesn't exist. I think it's a little bit, Zig might be too new. Or, you know what we could do? I think to make any kind of sense here, otherwise it's just going to keep hallucinating. I think we have to limit the path down. The Twitch community chat had more technology than Jippity by like a factor of 1,000 of that. So we have a whole bunch of issues with this. Like, let's do another build. I know this is going to error. Yeah. no field or function named fs.dir named exists in, yes. So and I could kind of see that. I'm just trying to get like a basis of what's happening. So let's find the actual documentation for Zig. Zig by example slices. Slices are a special kind of pointer that reference a contiguous subset of elements in the sequence. The easiest way to understand slices is to think of them as single pointer plus a length. The pointer tells you where the slice begins and the length tells you its size. Here we define a slice using the start in syntax. Slice begins at array 1 and before array 4. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, we're just going to read the manuals now. Jippity is not going to get us anything we need. Zig documentation. Let's get the actual language reference. All right, we got the documentation right here. What I want is to pull in all this documentation, ingest it, make our own Jippity. So what that looks like, let's just go at files. Actually, no, let's go at, and we're going to go web. Actually, I think we could pull this in. Docs, we're going to add a new doc. We're going to hit Zig, and we're going to confirm Zig ingestion. All right, so we're going to ingest all of this and index it. And then anytime we're referencing this document, we're going to look at Zig directly and see what we can find. Yeah, Jippity's not going to be very good because there's not much like Stack Overflow for it to actually look at. And it's just going to give us the incorrect answer almost every time. However, if we specify the documentation to use and we just start everything with an @Zig, I think we'll be better off. Look for syntax errors in this code, and it should be able to go through, utilize the documents page. So we have a few OS find executable, and then we have a potential standard fs exists, is used without handling the potential error it might throw. And let's take a look. We need to see if it's able to find the error no member or field function exists in fs.dir. The function std file system exists is used without handling the potential error it might throw. Yeah, it doesn't exist. The exists doesn't exist in FS, right? Use of unreachable in switch default case. Check for fscwd exists. This method might not behave as expected. Error handling in OS execute. Yeah, I didn't think because this right here doesn't look like it's actually pulling in, or there's maybe you have to escape these bracket characters. I'm not sure. Formatting and style. Wow, that's not as make all these changes. All right, Jippity, let's do it. Make all the changes. So we're doing a full refactor. This should be interesting. So this will go through each point with refactoring like the repository cloning logic, which is right here. Where are you at? Cloning, right here. What's it doing differently? We got try OS execute. All right, let's just apply all that. Oh, I need to upgrade. 1 second. I forgot. I let my subscription expire. 1 second. Let's upgrade to Pro. Okay, here we go. We've signed up now. We've given Sam Altman his money. All right, we're gonna accept all, and now it looks very different. Not a whole lot of difference. I still don't think this is gonna work. Although we got the try here with the FS. The allocator command does look problem. This is incorrect. Fix. Apply that. Accept. I know this is hilarious. I wanted to see how far we can take the Jippity with a language that we know nothing about. That's really where I kind of wanted to go with this. I know it just took a complete hard right turn, as my streams sometimes do. But I mean, really, where can we go with this? How good has AI become? I think the nice thing, like I said, I don't think we'll get a really functional program out of this today. However, I think we will be able to learn some stuff as long as we have it document what it's trying to do and then referencing that against like the official documentation. You're still going to need to be able to read at the end of the day. It's not going to read for you. And that's the beauty of this, is really getting ideas from it, but I don't think I'm going to learn Zig in just a couple hours. Although I do like a lot of the, so far, it does seem a little easier than C, a little more succinct, I'd say. What if I'm dyslexic? Oh no. Yeah, I don't know on that. Well, isn't Primogen dyslexic? All right, so now we've got all the programs done, and should have picked Python. We're not doing JavaScript or Python. If we're gonna make a program for this that's not very efficient, such as Java or Python, might as well just do it in Bash, because I already know Bash and I'm comfortable with Bash. So that's where I'm like, you know, hey, that's not a bad. C is amazing. I think we've already established that. If you're a really good C programmer, you're set. I think there's an amazing future for C. So don't take it as me bashing C. It's the granddaddy. Those are the guys that write their own check. All right, let's just see what this does. It says saving Linux util Zig running. Okay, that was odd. I don't see any errors or problems anymore. Yeah, still having some issues here. This does not exist. It's not a member. Yeah. So let's look at that line. Let's rewrite this whole line. Let's just say refactor this. All right. That looks okay. Okay. Let's say why not Rust? I don't know. Because chat wanted me to use Zig. Okay. No member. It's just not gonna. Ooh, you know what? Let's try this. I'm just gonna see if we can't figure out a way to make this work properly. Still not fixing it. See, it's still calling the absolute afterwards. No member absolute here. Let's see if we can't just specify this one. Oh, what happened? So it looks like it killed absolute, but exists is also not a member right here. So if you look, it should, yeah, no member exists. You can kind of tell. I'm looking at the language server. So hacky. I need to make sure I'm using that exist though. Okay, stat does look like it's there. Do we have anything else? Let's just flip through here real fast. OS find executable. Is this an actual term? Oops. Does not look like it. Let's just see. At Zig. We're going to grab Zig documentation. Valid. Yeah, it's just making up plausible. It's not actually finding what it actually needs to use. There's just not enough data. So instead of doing this, let's do Zig refactor using official docs find exe Zenity. Find binary Zenity. Yeah, we don't need Zenity anymore. This is more for just workshopping and going, hey, what is actually happening here? It's still not able to fix it. Because this, if you build it, it's just going to be like, hey, I don't know what the hell this is. It's kind of interesting. So yeah, this is more for learning. We're not actually, and also kind of to prove a point. So this is like two-factor here is, let's say we are very familiar, and I'm pretty good at running ChatGPT. Pretty solid. I can manipulate a lot of things, do a lot of different things with it, but it's not sufficient enough to actually make a difference. Like, it's not gonna, like, I have basic knowledge of like top-down programming and understanding variables, functions, libraries, and the idea of it. Very noob-esque, I would say. Not the brightest guy. Can I take GPT and actually make something as simple as just a simple menu? Obviously for Zig, no, there's just not enough data. There's just so much going on here. This is, I think, a fruitless endeavor. I'm going to keep hacking away probably for maybe 30 more minutes just to see if we can't spit out an actual binary at the end. But I don't think it's there. I really don't. And I think too many people are like, it's ChatGPT is going to take over the world, go full Skynet, or it's going to take programmers' jobs. And I'm just here to tell you, it's not. But we can use it to learn. And that's where I'm kind of showing in this stream, I think, is just showing it as a learning opportunity. Yeah, you could use C. I think we could try that. Yeah, the Kruger effect. The more skilled you get, the more realize how much you suck. Yeah, I'm still on that first hump where you think you're an expert and you're coming down. I still don't know how bad I am. Facts. You know, there's a lot to learn here, man. There's people that have been doing this all day, every day, 10, 12 hours a day for 20 years that I've been just a hobbyist doing it an hour here or there every couple weeks. Not enough to actually make a sizable dent in any kind of knowledge. To me, Python seems more powerful and faster than Bash. Yeah, it is. It is. The reason why both are pretty inefficient for what we're doing here, Odor. The reason why I wouldn't choose Python over Bash is I would much rather just say, hey, run this Bash script. We could like curl a Bash script and run it live on any system without actually installing any dependencies. So for like a Linux utility, Bash actually makes a lot of sense. But in this instance, we're just kind of messing around. All right, let's see. What can we do here? Stat is so it can't even find stat or anything. No member function stat. Yeah, this is just so incomplete. You're better off just reading the entire documentation here. All right, so let's try and just do it the old school way of reading. It's just, that's a lot to read. I don't think you guys want me to reading all this. Let's keep going though. I'm gonna just see what all's in here. All right, built-in functions. What built-in function are we calling? Built-in function is gonna be the standard. Is there an OS function or a find executable? Well, let's look up here. Let's look at standard file system functions or CWD. So we got, is there a file system? FS? No. Time to go for Go or Rust, I guess. Yeah, I think so. I remember the last time we did Rust, it was actually pretty simple. Oh, thank you, dude. There's the STD. It's an unfortunate name for a library. Standard library. My bad. Oh boy. just got that. All right. That's funny. All right, here we go. Here's this file system struct symlink file absolute CWD returns a handle for the current working directory. Okay. Rust would have been second, so we can switch to Rust. Oh man, do you think, can Jippity take this abysmal code that's not valid at all and then convert it to Rust? That'd be hilarious. So here's the main documentation though. If you do want to do Zig, I would start here. Just know you're not going to get any AI help. I think we can thoroughly say Jippity and Zig, terrible. There's no redeeming qualities here. All right. Rewrite. We should probably just start from scratch, but I don't want to. Rewrite this entire thing in Rust. Let's just see how crazy this gets. The last time I tried Rust, and I was using a little bit of the Jippity stuff, it was actually not bad at all. 1 second, I gotta... Oh, man. Holy crap. Wow. Oh, somebody was just... at my main day job, we've been hanging 100-inch televisions. I know. You'd be like, Titus, what the hell do you do for a living? TV installer. I mean, pretty much. I mean, in the last week or so, that's what I've been doing. There's just like this ridiculous conference room we've been setting up, and I was hanging a 100-inch TV. I had to help, obviously, but man, oh, somebody just texted me a picture of it. It was just like, oh my God, they did the third one. I was like, oh, thank God I don't have to do that. All right, let's accept this. All right, and we're gonna change this from let's go. What extension should I use for Rust? For Rust source files, you should put RS on the file extension. Okay, let's rename this RS. It's already switched to Rust. Beautiful. All right. Now, probably like a basic, do a refactor and make suggestions. No extension, cargo run. All right, so it's gonna refactor suggestions, modularization, error handling, repeated code, avoid repetition, use of match statements, simplify the match statements, constraints and management, and user interaction logic could be separated from the main logic. All right, cool. Apply it. Let's clean this up. And yeah, it's just going to change every single line in here. And then we're going to do a documentation run after this. We have an online 12 is an error. Yeah. Let's take a look. Because we're just grabbing it from garbage code and then bringing it in. You can see we have a ton of errors. So we're grabbing this refactor. You're going to get continue. Ooh, it looks like it cut off completely for us. Well, no, it looks like it made it to the end. But we have a lot of errors we got to work through. First thing to do in Rust is learn the use of underscore unwrap. Okay. All right, we're not switching. We're ending the stream with Rust. That is established. So let's just clear that out. This is where we're gonna get a valid program in the next 15 minutes from this. Let's first come into here. Actually, let's come into here. Actually, sorry. First thing, variable. Oh, no. Let's just close that. Let's go problems. Well, why is it doing the .zig? That's weird. All right, let's just close out and relaunch. Okay. Now it says there's no problems, but somebody else in chat said we had a problem on line 12, but that would have been earlier. Let's look at the install Zenity. It's calling this function install Zenity. I do like the shorthand for function in Rust. That looks pretty. Blah, blah, blah. Could not find install package Zenity. Fine. All right. So it's just the cargo run, right? So if we go cargo run, all right. So let's go here. Bedrick, thanks for the super chat, man. Yeah, we got to do cargo init first. So we'll just go cargo init. Okay. And then if we go cargo run, all right, got some errors. Figured that would work. It looks like there is no crate OS underscore info. Okay. Debug with AI. Sure. Says the OS info crate is undeclared. This means that the crate is not included in the project's dependencies in cargo toml file. You should check the cargo toml file. We just did an init that created the toml file. So if we go here, we should add this OS info. Okay. I need to correctly format the edit action and add OS dependency. I broke Jippity. Wow, it really needs to correct the format of the edit action and add the OS dependency. I broke it. Anyways, I think we got the gist of it. All right, just add. Oh, actually, the should be in dependencies, so we should just be add OS underscore info. Okay, right? Oh, install Rust Analyzer for cursor. Let's try that. Do I not have Rust? Ooh, I didn't. Okay. Well, that's a problem. So we got that. Let's make sure we have the proper Rust Analyzer. Rust Analyzer. There's that. 3.2 million. Wow, I didn't even know Rust was that popular. 3.2 million? Dang, okay. All right, let's try that. Now we're getting somewhere. We got 49 problems. Oh, my word. That is a lot of problems. Look at that. Okay. Okay. No. Actually, let's cancel that. All right, Jippity. Here we go. We're going to need you to fix all my... Yeah, I'm going to need you to fix my toml file. Yeah, just take care of that for me. 49 problems, and Zig ain't one. All right, here we go. I don't know if that really helpful. Very helpful. Yeah. Current OS version is 3.82. 82, right? Why is this all just red lines? Rust update, and then cargo build. I don't think cargo build's gonna get us anything, but let's do this update. Rust up. Ooh, there's no rust up. Okay. Let's grab that. Rust up and rust are in conflict. Remove rust. Huh. Yeah, we'll probably do the toml as well. Rust up is the rust manager. Do we really need rust up though? Yeah. Oh, I do? Yeah. How many professional programmers are just shaking their head in chat right now? Like, I can't believe this is the future. This is the future of programming. Ah, I'm so disgusted. Oh boy. If anything, this should show you how far there is left to go. Let's install toml, right? This actually is, I put it as Rust. This actually should be toml. Because it's technically... Okay, just give me a toml extension. No, not Python. Better toml, that's fine. Let's do that. And then for this one, this should be just toml. Okay, there we go. There's that. Now we have this. Now let's go to the problems. Now we're fine. In Rust, the std library, I'm such a child, is included by default, and you do not explicitly declare it with an extern create standard. It's already there. This line is unnecessary and can be removed to resolve the error. Good to know. Okay, so everyone's saying do rust up. All right, here we go. Rust up, default, stable. It's installing Clippy. Sweet. I missed that nice OS extension from old Microsoft XP Office XP. Clippy's amazing. All right, so now we don't have any problems. So if we do like a cargo build, oh, so close. Look at that. Very interesting. It went that far. So we just have a type mismatch. Let's go. That went a lot further than I thought. Type OpenSUSE. OpenSUSE doesn't exist. Is it just SUSE probably? Not OpenSUSE? Oh, it's just going to kill it, huh? Well, that's not right. We can't leave our OpenSUSE friends out in the cold. Okay, let's try and fix this. So let's say it's OpenSUSE. Let's just do a pipe OS info. Yeah, that's actually probably closer to it. So probably SLES, isn't that shorthand for Slackware, which is kind of what SUSE was based on? Anywho, that's just random thought of the day. The rest of it looks pretty good. Now it looks more standardized. This still doesn't look right. I feel like maybe just SUSE. Oh, SUSE Linux Enterprise Server is SLES. Yeah, that's right. Thank you. Noctua, thanks for the sub, man. SLES. All right. Okay. I like it. But this, now, I don't think this is. So Ubuntu or Debian, do an apt-get. Fedora or CentOS, Arch or Manjaro, use a Pacman. SLES, okay, so we don't really need the or. Let's just kill that. All right. Anything else that jumps out on us? All right, let's go back to our build command. All right, that did not work. Variant associated, not found in type. Okay. I guess we could pull up the library and take a look. There should be OpenSUSE. Notice lowercase o in. Okay. So there's the autocomplete. Okay. Now we're cooking. Thank you, chat. That should exist now. Oh my God, did we just get it to build? I'm a professional programmer. Look at me. Wait. Oh, I spoke too soon. What happened to binary? Okay, we got the cargo run, but now we have to do cargo build or something? Cargo run, yes, that's what. Oh, what was I doing? Oh yeah, we did a cargo build. Now we do cargo run. Ah, perfect. Okay. What about sudo? Okay, rust up could not choose a version of cargo to run because one wasn't specified explicitly, and no default is configured. I thought we did rust up default stable. Sudo. Let's just do oh, because it was running as you got to do the rust up as root as well. Seems a little odd, but sure. Just type commands in until it finally goes. A menu. Hey, that's something. How about that? Didn't do anything, but it ran. It's alive. All right. Let's see what we got. We got our home build LinUtil right here. Yeah, we definitely need to not run as root. Let's change this around. Let's just go. Oh, geez, what? Line 6, you say? Oh, oops, my bad. I feel like that should not be Titus though. That should be the home. Can we do like that? Let's try and accept that. And are we cloning install package? Okay, that's just Zenity. Manage repo. Okay, we have that. So for the bash repo, I'm just looking for the bash dir just to see if it's trying to call a variable that doesn't exist. Bash repo directory. Where's that getting defined? My bash in the build directory. But the thing here, don't do $home. Why wouldn't you do $home? It's just a string, okay? Yeah, using another language inside of C or Rust, and then I could easily break it down. So you're saying, Peter, use like C or Rust as the foundation, and then use scripting when it suits me, because that's what I know. Oh, home underscore dir is in standard. Okay. So you would need to do. No. Why won't it do that? Do we need to do a join or something like that? Yeah, yep. The missus. I'll tell you. Home, use home dir from std library. Can, yeah, that isn't getting my home directory. There, that seems right. What do you think of that, chat? Yeah, you could use the tidally, but there's certain times where I don't like doing it. If you can do an absolute directory, I always recommend that. There's been times I've gotten in trouble by doing that way. So this creates the directory if it doesn't exist. Okay, let's try to run this again. Let's just do a cargo run. Now that we're actually specifying something in the home directory, you don't need to run it as sudo. So then if we do a clone, it would be fine. And let's do a run again, test, and exit. So now, which is actually about what we want. I wonder about using like I think we got to theme this out and do some other stuff with it as well. There's a lot of really cool stuff we could do here. That seems weird to me. Huh. Yeah, actually, I've seen that too, Rux, where people, they'll create like a weird directory like a tiddly or tidly. It can do a lot of weird stuff there. So we do have a functional program. It just doesn't do anything. Probably the biggest thing here is like cloning my bash. Let's change this function. Let's just say change the install package function, because obviously we don't need that, to clone the bash, my bash repo in Git. Yeah, so the idea, we can still do, like, we're still looking, the overall idea of the stream is the toolbox. We're just looking at the foundation. Maybe using Rust as the foundation of it. And then, as Peter mentioned too, I think would be a good one, is if we do need to fall back on something I'm actually pretty fluent in, like bash, we can. And it'd be much easier to do a foundation in like C or Rust. And then when it starts getting in the weeds, I'm like, ah, crap. We can drop into a bash and mix and mash the languages. I know that sounds weird, but it'd probably get us there. So yeah, let's change this, apply. So now we have this. If it's not already, repo already exists, this bash directory, great. Why do we have two functions, clone and install? Where are we specifying that? Okay, so then install Zenity. Let's just get rid of this. Oh, well, yeah. Okay, yeah. Let's just accept. Quick, I'm running out of time. Got 2 minutes. All right, let's get rid of it. Install Zenity. And instead of that, let's just do change to clone repo. Yes. So we have create directory, clone repository, manage repository. All right, manage, clone, install package. All right. Next up, consolidate, clone, pause, Tory, and install package. Yeah, the problem with Rust in Windows is I need those .NET libraries, Peter. That's not going to happen. That's the problem with, you got to use C# and .NET if you're interfacing with the inner workings of Windows. Windows does not play nice with others. I think we've said that many, many times, and it's a fool's errand to try and fight Microsoft and their development. So if you're going to change Windows around and make a utility, you're making it in C# using .NET library framework. It's just building every library from scratch and not utilizing what's already available is just crazy. All right. So now we have the user menu, clone and update repository, and then create directory. So now this is something a little bit better. So we've done all that refactoring, all that craziness, just to have a really basic menu in Rust. It's only about 70 lines now. At one time, I think this was like 400 or 500 lines, and we've refactored and kind of consolidated this to a point, and it does look pretty good. Let's do a cargo run. We have the clone repo. Now, a repo already exists on my bash, so it says, hey, it's already there. But let's go ahead and remove, well, it says Titus build. So we have Titus, oh, the build repo. So if let's remove this, I forgot we're doing that. We're just going to trash it. Now let's relaunch, do a cargo run, clone repo. Still says it's there, huh? Let's do a control F, and we're just going to go into my bash. Yeah, okay. Well, let's go build. CD LinUtil. My bash is there. Okay. And you know what? Let's just remove LinUtil. What happens if we remove all this and then let's come back into LinUtil? Did I just... Oh, crap. Did I just delete this whole project? No. It's in GitHub, right? Yeah, no, we're good. All right. So now if we go cargo run and then it cloned. Okay. So the menu's not really doing anything because it actually cloned the repo of my bash directly into that without actually any user interaction. But the menu does work. I think the next order and jump from here is clean this up a little bit, obviously, make it actually functional so user interaction actually does something. And then also giving it a more interaction. I hate the actually press 1, press 2, press 3. I think we actually need some kind of interaction there. Kind of cleaning it up. I mean, it's neat. I think this is neat. Rust definitely is much more AI friendly than Zig because there's just a lot more stuff to go off of. And there's just so much test data. So that's where we're going to end today's stream, guys. Obviously didn't make much progress on the toolbox, but that's we're going to kind of bounce around a little bit in these early days, trying to find a good footing and seeing, hey, what's the best foundation for the Linux toolbox? And then junk and just kind of springboard off of that. We're not going to see a lot of progress starting off because a lot of this is just kind of figuring things out, and that's just how it goes. Like if you take the Windows toolbox when we started, that was done in just straight PowerShell, and it was just awful in the beginning. It was all just CLI, and then we jumped off of the CLI into just using a real basic WinForms framework, and then it was like, absolute values, and it just was atrocious. And then we finally jumped into like a XAML and then added run spaces, and it just kind of snowballs. So while this sounds kind of crazy and it just looks awful in the beginning, anyone can do this. And it's just taking these little steps of what you learn and then just slowly building on it day after day. And then before you know it, you could have the second most popular PowerShell repo in the world. I don't know how that happened, but it happened. And I think the same thing could probably be done in, Linux and the Rust development and making a toolbox that a lot of people use and is actually functional. This isn't it. It's not it yet. It's not going to happen overnight, but it's fun. And that's just the thing. Fun, learn stuff, do it. That's what this is all about. Hope you guys enjoyed this terrible stream. I enjoyed it. I love trying new things like this. Even though it didn't feel like we did much, like I said, it's those little steps. And we did get a functional program, just didn't really do anything. And we did learn some stuff. I learned Zig's a programming language. How about that? I learned that Zig exists. That's amazing. All right, y'all. Have a great one. I'll see you guys probably maybe tomorrow, actually. We'll see. I think I got to do a couple more videos. I'm a little bit behind on YouTube because I spent 5 days moving my day job. We moved office buildings, so that was just, I'm still like swamped from that. But definitely Thursday at the very latest. Hopefully get another one. I really want to get to 3 or 4 streams a week. I'm trying. We're going to get there. All right, y'all. Love y'all. Peace.